Okay, so I think our hangout is live now.
Yep.
So we have our fabulous 2-member group. Great. Criminal minds think alike. Love it. Nice going, Maria. We're getting ready to discuss the question for Module 6. The question of the day. Oh, by the way, this is Tiwana Perry, and my fabulous partner here is
Maria Wykes.
So the question for Module 6 is for us to discuss moments in our own television viewing experiences in which liveness and time shifting played important roles in our ability or failure to participate in significant cultural events. I will let you take the floor, Maria.
Okay, so reading this here, first thing it kind of makes me think about, which we talked about earlier, was the live events, like the big ones, whether it's presidential debates or you said the Super Bowl, just games in general of any sport, but that it's more than just watching the program, if you want to put it that way, but it's about being a part of the experience. It's about gaining other people's perspective. It's the commentary with it. And it was showing, let me see. Right, because when in the article we read about it, about how Twitter takes just different events to a whole new level. Like, I'm not a huge tweeter, but when I'm watching something, like the halftime show for the Super Bowl, I have an opinion about how so-and-so's singing or their clothes, or like Bruno Mars is dancing. And then I get on Twitter and see all these like memes and commentary about it. Like, no, this is what he looks like, da 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 da. And suddenly within like 24 hours, there's like so many, I don't know if innuendos is the right word, but just like connections made off of people, things that go viral on the internet, like whether it's making fun of a player or a performer or whoever, or a politician, or different taglines that go viral that become more than just like a tweet. It becomes part of the experience, to the point where like the news and stuff is like reporting on it and referring to things as that. So I guess, let me make sure I'm not getting ahead of myself.
Yeah, what you're saying. I think sometimes I think we had this discussion a little bit earlier in terms of how this social media has affected my viewing experience with something being live versus something being time shifted. Would be, for instance, I know that I'm a total gladiator. Like I've fallen off the wagon. I used to be completely obsessed with the show Scandal, and so I'm not a big tweeter either. I'm not big on posting on Facebook either, unless it's like required for a class. But the way that it has affected my viewing experience would be that, if a show is live, if say Scandal comes on, say 9 o'clock on Thursdays, and I have a homework assignment that I have to do that's due at midnight, and I don't watch it, I instead record it, I have to stay off Facebook and off Twitter, because people will literally be tweeting about Scandal at 9:05, 9:10, like throughout the entire hour, like minute to minute, blow by blow, like, oh my gosh, so and so got shot, so and so died. So when TV shows come on, have to be very mindful that if I can't watch it live with them, that I have to stay off social media. Another great example of that is I get on Facebook just to kind of catch up with friends. I don't really, post a lot of things on Facebook. And I had been falling behind in Grey's Anatomy. And lo and behold, I don't know if you watch Grey's Anatomy, Maria, but lo and behold, online, and I happened to be just looking for something because I think it was my friend's birthday or something. I want to post and say happy birthday. And I looked online, and that's how I found out McDreamy died. I was devastated. So the point is, watching something live and working on social media, doing it in its, I guess as the professor said, liveness, can definitely affect your experience if you really are not careful.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that's a great example too. Same thing happened to me. I'm not at that episode yet, but I found out because of Twitter. Oh, no. I already knew. You're fine. You're fine.
So I was like, watch it. Do you watch it? I didn't want to spoil it for you.
Oh no, I would have freaked out on here. Don't worry. I saw it like on Twitter because it was before I'd even watched the first episode, and I was like, "Who cares? Like McDreamy, I don't. What does that even mean?" And then I started watching, and I was like, "He's gonna die," like
Pivotal. Yeah, he's pivotal. He's a huge character.
exactly. And so that's a really good point about too. And then I guess when it says, "Would you intentionally choose to watch your series, um, live versus time shifted?" Um, Another example with that too is I love The Office. I'm on like the last 3 episodes.
I'm obsessed with The Office, so I'm right on board with you. There's a reason why we're in the group together.
See, I'm on like the last 3 episodes and I refuse to watch them because I'm just like not emotionally ready, kind of thing. And so yeah, and so I had a friend who was talking about watching the last episode when it actually aired, like way back. Like she watched it with like her family as it came on, and she said
Uh-huh.
that she waited to watch it because she knew like that right afterwards a bunch of people were going to be making comments about it like on social media or in person, and she wanted to wait until all that kind of settled and just watch it on her own and kind of have her own piece, which is similar to me because
Right.
like the Hunger Games, I love that series. Like I read it all in middle school. I've seen all the movies except for the last one. I didn't go see the last one in theaters because I was like, I'm not ready for the
Oh,
series to be over kind of thing, and I
you're not
still
ready
haven't
for it
watched
to
it.
end. You don't want it. You don't want the closure.
Oh no, and like I've read the book, so I at least know what happens. But it's like I don't want to. Yeah, exactly. I don't want the closure. So I guess that's an example of maybe not wanting to watch it when it actually comes out, because also then like when you watch it, you're a part of, if people ask, have you seen it? And you just say no, they don't say anything. But if it's something like Hunger Games or Harry Potter, who like I read all of them or didn't read all of them, but like read almost all of them, watched them all, loved it all, and then I have to hear people being like, well, I didn't like this part in this and this. And I'm like, I don't want to hear you say this. So
Right.
I'm just
I
going to
want
wait to
your
watch it.
opinion on it.
Right. I'm
Yeah.
going to wait till the dust settles.
Yeah. So I do I would say I would intentionally choose whether or not I will watch something live or watch the time shifted because I DVR a lot of stuff because I work a lot, I travel a lot for work especially. So I DVR a lot of stuff and then I'll binge on it. Like I'm a total binge watcher. I would
Oh,
prefer
yeah.
to wait till the season completely ends and then watch it
That's
all
a
at
good
once at the end. Yeah, then to watch it live. I'm actually more of a person who enjoys watching something recorded or later, and I just have to be mindful that there are other people who may tell me what happened. So most of my friends are very good about going, "Have you seen such and such yet?" before they talk about it. But there are a lot of people who don't. Oops, sorry, will literally just start blabbing like, "Hey, last night so and so got killed," and you'd be like, "Really? I didn't watch that yet." So again, you still have to be careful, but I still like to wait until the very end. I guess like your friend just wanted to watch it in peace when all the dust settled. I like watching things when no one else is watching it.
Yep. Same.
I really do. I like watching things when no one else is watching it. So like for instance, the fourth season of, I don't know if you watched the show. It's actually a BBC show called Luther.
Hmm.
It's Idris Elba, and he's like absolutely delicious, and he's a black British man. So you know how hot it is for a black man to have a British accent. It's so
Uh-huh.
hot. But he's really really famous now, and so he has this BBC, like he's a London detective, and he's like and the bad guys and all this stuff. So the fourth season of the show came out. So I decided I'll watch the first 3 seasons all over again before watching the fourth season. And I do that a lot. Like when Game of Thrones comes out, every year it comes out. If season 3 comes out, I watch season 2 again, then 3.
Uh-huh.
If season 4 comes out, I watch season 3 again. It's because you watch so many TV shows that you have to kind of refresh yourself. But again, you run the risk when you do watch, I guess as he puts it, time shifted, than live because you have to be mindful of people who've already seen it.
Right. And I think that's a good point too, because well, the first point you were making about like waiting till the end or like waiting till the whole season is there, especially with like I started watching, I mean, I guess way back in high school. It's been on. The last season airs like this spring, but Pretty Little Liars, and it's been on for like
I
almost.
heard it's really good. I've never seen that before.
It is, but it's super like the characters. Like there's because I've like watched a couple interviews of like the actresses and stuff, and even they say that like they don't even remember half of the things that have happened in the show or like connected because like it's literally one of those shows where everything is so twisted because it was like an interview and they were like one of your fans made this and it was a giant like chart like connecting everything and they're like we don't even know what half of that like means, but because of that, when I watched it, like, oh, the episode comes out and I watch it the next day online, I like it was hard to remember things that were going on. But at the beginning, when I had just gotten into it and a couple seasons had already happened, I'd watch like one episode after then another, and then it would make so much more sense. So that's kind of the same lines of like it's a lot easier to follow a storyline if you keep going with it versus waiting a week or 2 weeks between episodes. Like, how are you
Oh my gosh,
supposed
it
to?
drives me crazy. I must honestly have like low attention deficit because I mean when a show goes off and then I turn around and realize I have to wait a week to see the next piece of it, that drives me bananas.
Yeah,
Instant gratification when it comes to my TV shows.
same.
I think we hit all the points that we were supposed to talk about.
Yep, that's what I was just checking.
Yeah, we got it good. Okay, so we're scheduled to watch our episode together.
Mhm.
We'll watch our episode together, and then we will put together compose our collective blog and submit that
Yep,
before the deadline. Sounds good. All right,
perfect.
darling. Thanks so much. I'm gonna end
No
the broadcast.
problem. See
Bye.
ya.